Hi, my name is Jennifer, and I'm the owner of BuddyDogShop. This is Buddy. Buddy's chewing on a bully stick right now. He just had training this morning and did it very well. So it's just a little reward. So the purpose of my big video blogging is to teach people about my company, to show you what kind of person I am, what I stand for, and the difference that I want to make in this world for animals. Before I tell you anything about my services, my products, I want to tell you a little bit about Buddy. I want you to fall in love with him like I did. Buddy was on Pet Finder through Delaware County SPCA, Delco, in Media, Pennsylvania. The most wonderful shelter I've ever had the experience of really getting to know. They do such wonderful work, and they saved Buddy from a kill shelter down in North Carolina through a program called Tails. What they do is they go around the country and they pick up dogs that are about to be put to sleep, and they save them. I don't know why this keeps happening. Anyway, gotta keep moving on. They saved Buddy. They saved his life, and they brought him to their shelter. They gave him a chance. They found a foster home for him where they found out through that foster home that he was incontinent. He was a dribbler. We're not talking a couple dribbles here and there. He was full flow. When he stood up, he would leave a pile or a puddle of urine below him. So when I saw him on Pet Finder, I said, I'm going to make a difference in this dog's life. I fell in love with his picture, but once I found out about him, I fell in love with him even more. And I'm not the type of person that's going to give up on a dog with problems. I'm not going to look for one that's perfect. I'm not going to look for that perfect puppy. I'm going to do my best to make a difference in this dog's life. So I had the shelter send his paperwork about all his medical records to a surgeon that I found in Gaithersburg, Maryland, at a facility called VCA VRA. And they were, for a year, Buddy's saviors. We did every test possible, tried numerous amount of drugs to try to resolve Buddy's problem. After extensive testing, we found that his sphincter had no tone. So basically, he could not hold any liquid in his bladder. It just kept flowing out. So the best alternative was a hydraulic urethral occluder. Now, I'm not going to get into all the details of the year that we spent going back and forth to the hospitals at 1 o'clock in the morning because there were problems. Buddy had contracted MRSA, so that just complicated the whole situation, which inevitably ended up having the implant removed. So right now, Buddy is back to square one. When we picked him up from the shelter, he dribbles as much as he did from day one, but we gave him the chance. We gave him that opportunity to try to correct his problems since he was so young. And I don't regret it for a minute. I did feel that the year that I put him through all that, wearing a cone, the donut, inflatable donut around his neck, took away some of his puppy childhood. I do regret that part. And I regret not being able to train him properly because he was going through all that stuff. So now he's been in training for a few months. He's listening perfectly, and now on the weekends we get to go to the beach and he gets to run and play like a little puppy. He had so much fun today. I'd say that was the highlight of my day. Anyway, so Buddy's back to square one, and he wears a diaper every day. This is called a Tinkle Belt. I don't know if you can see it. I've shown you before. It's this little belt that wraps around his waist. It supports his pee-pee. The only problem with it is because Buddy has such a flow, he cannot go without it. So it's like a diaper with diaper rash on occasion. He will get urine scalding because he sits in it for a while. We do change it regularly, and I do have a sitter that comes twice a day to the house to let the dogs outside, play a little, run around, go to the bathroom. And during that second visit she comes, she takes the belt off Buddy so that he's got 4 hours, the remainder of the day, to not have to have it on him, give him some air. But that is the only time that he has it off. I go through about 6 belts a day. We wash them. They're fully washable. They are called Tinkle Belts, if I didn't mention that before. Before we picked up Buddy, a woman from Ohio said that she would be willing to supply us with Tinkle Belts for Buddy's entire life because we took on a dog with so many problems. Gosh. I'm not starting over, so I'm doing this again. I'm not doing this again. These little belts have saved Buddy's life and it made his life so much better, so much easier on us. And Janie, we can't even explain to you what this had meant to us. So I want you guys to know that when you find a dog that's got problems, if you reach out and ask for help, no matter what your financial situation is, there will always be people there to help you. There will always be people to reach out and say, hey, you know what, I want to make a difference, I want to help you. So that's what Janie did for us, and I don't think we'll ever be able to thank her enough. Anyway, moving right along, Buddy is, he's also susceptible to infection because he doesn't have that ability to tighten his sphincter. Infections can go up there. He can get bladder infections, urinary tract infections, and because of the MRSA as well, skin infections. Especially if he's got that urine scalding. So one thing I actually do is, and I have been doing this since Buddy came into our lives, is I've been using this skin soothing spray. Now it's something I came up with, formulated. I actually sell it. And because it's so gentle with its aloe-based jojoba, I can never pronounce that, jojoba, colloidal silver, it's got a few essential oils that I use. It's my special blend, and I can actually put that directly into his diaper, and it keeps him infection-free. It keeps him as clean as possible, bacteria-free, microbacterial, all that kind of stuff. And it's that gentle. I also use it to keep his skin soft, because I don't think he needs, with him being, excuse me, with him having so much flow, he tends to get dehydrated a lot, so his skin gets dry. So I always have to keep him hydrated. So keeping his skin nourished, as well as keeping him hydrated, is very important to us. So there are a lot of little things that we have to do with Buddy on a regular basis to keep him healthy. But he is the most wonderful dog. Not saying my others aren't, because my others are all special in their own ways. But Buddy, to me, is he's that one dog that you get in your lifetime that moves you. It's just really too bad that animals can't live a little longer, because I need him in my life always. And someday I'm going to have to be fighting the tears again, but because he's not here, and that's going to be very difficult. But for while he's here, he's my best boy ever. So I just wanted to let you guys know why Buddy is so important to me, and the things that we went through to get him to where he is today. I wrote a book about Buddy. It's called For the Love of a Dog, Buddy's Story. And it's available on Amazon. If you just search my name, Jennifer Holt, H-O-L-D-T, you'll find it. And if you have Kindle, you can get it for free. But it is Buddy's first year, and everything that we went through to get him to a point where we might have had a corrected, incontinence issue. The surgery actually was successful, so I want to give kudos to everybody at VCA, VRA for doing everything they can, especially Mark Hershenson. He was our surgeon, and it was successful in a way that it actually worked, but because of Buddy's MRSA, which we had no control of, the infection ate away at the implant and caused Buddy more problems, so that's why it had to go. But as I said, I'll never regret giving Buddy that chance. So I would hope that anyone watching this, if you have a special needs dog, or if you see one in a shelter that might have been through a lot, give him a chance. And take a look at the book. See everything that we went through for that first year in trying to make Buddy's life better. And remember, reaching out to other people, it's one of the most important things that we can do, because we know sometimes we can't do it all on our own. So we ask for support, and thanks to Janie, we got it. Right, Bud? So, look up the book, take a look at some of our struggles and things with Buddy, but know that the outcome was the best thing that could have happened. God gave us the opportunities, but unfortunately, Buddy's situation, it didn't work out. Doesn't mean he's not a perfect dog, because in our eyes, he is perfect in every single way. So, that's Buddy's story, and if you want to know more about it, or incontinence, please take a look at the book. You can also find it on my website, BuddyDogShop1.com, and I look forward to seeing y'all next week for another interesting, crying, who knows what I'm going to bring to the table next. Anyway, take care.